live at Grand Hotel on Mackinac Island this morning, not in the American Metal Roof studio, but you can still go to AmericanMetalRoofs.com and find out how you can save up to 50% on your energy bills. That's AmericanMetalRoof.com. Every moment this morning is a grand moment here at Grand Hotels. We're getting your Pure Michigan Monday started in fine fashion. I was mentioning that Super 8, the Steven Spielberg movie that came out this weekend, and by the way, is number one at the box office, as I understand, had 3 mentions of Mackinac Island in it. And 3 times the girl in the movie said, Mackinac Island is beautiful at this time of year, after the co-star said, what am I supposed to do, go to Michigan with you? And she said, Mackinac Island is beautiful this time of year. I thought it was a nice coincidence. A pure coincidence, a pure Michigan coincidence. And then we started thinking, wait a minute, these movies make a lot of money on product placement from time to time. So maybe George Zimmerman and the Travel Michigan folks, or maybe the Mackinac Island Chamber of Commerce or Mackinac Island Visitors and Convention Bureau put up some dough to get it in the movie. And Tim High is on the other end of our line this morning, Mackinac Island Visitors and Convention Bureau. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Michael, and welcome back to Grand Hotel in Mackinac Island.
Thank you very much. I went in the new Hall of Mirrors down on Main Street there. Have you seen that attraction yet?
No, I've been by it, but I hadn't had a chance to go in yet. Did you enjoy yourself, you and Harrison?
It's scary. He took off my 14-year-old and left me in this Hall of Mirrors. And I was taken back to my childhood because when I was a kid, I went in one at a carnival. And I banged my head into I don't know how many mirrors, and my father had to come get me out of the damn thing because it looks simple. But once you get in there, it's really you become disoriented. And this one in particular at Mackinac Island, it's right down the street from the Haunted Theater. The floor is all sort of day glow colors, and you wear these like 3D goggles. And you go in, and it's like, like I've never had LSD, but I imagine there's a lot like that.
Well, it's at the Murray Hotel in downtown Mackinac Island, and I'm sorry you had such a painful experience, but I'm sure the children are enjoying it immensely.
Oh no, people were loving it. It was just funny, that I got left alone in there, and I panicked a little bit because you see all these different routes, and you're not sure which one. And I didn't want to bang my forehead, so I'm sure if it was on video, it was pretty hilarious.
Sure it is.
Did anybody put that Mackinac Island mention into the Steven Spielberg movie Super 8, or did the writer just decide to do it himself, you think?
Well, I don't know. There's been some chatter this weekend, excuse me, among people in the industry to find out how that happened. And what I read in the Ann Arbor News was that J.J. Abrams, who is, I believe, the director of the movie and perhaps the writer, I don't know that for sure,
yep.
But he also produced the series Lost on ABC.
Yeah.
And there were many Michigan references in that television series, too, apparently. So I think he has a love and affinity for Michigan, and if you're going to talk about Michigan in the summer, talk about Mackinac Island.
That's pretty cool. I mean, that is really neat to have somebody come out and say that, especially in a movie like this, which was number 1 at the box office this weekend. So lots and lots of people saw it, and lots of people are going to see it again based on the formula for Hollywood, especially because it's sort of a kid's movie in a way. The main stars of the picture are 4 young teenagers.
It's wonderful, and it's nice when you have that kind of iconic product that people just bring it up naturally.
Yeah. Well, in the meantime, it's a good coincidence because aren't your Pure Michigan Mackinac Island spots running around the country right now?
It is. It's wonderful serendipity, and yes, they are. We are in our second week of national television cable advertising, and it's quite an effort and a partnership between Mackinac Island's Convention and Visitors Bureau and Travel Michigan, and we are delighted that people around the country get a chance to hear about Pure Michigan and Mackinac Island.
I was given the Napoleon Suite here at Grand Hotel for my night to stay last night. Are they trying to tell me something?
Well, I don't know, Michael Patrick. I don't think so.
Okay. Thank you very much. Well, congratulations on all you do to promote Michigan and Mackinac Island, of course, and we'll see you soon.
Well, watch your head, and we'll talk soon.
Yeah. All the best. It's Michael Patrick Shields, Michigan's morning show with you here, not in the American Metal Roof studio, instead at the Grand Hotel Parlor studio is where we're sitting this morning. The University of Michigan has banned smoking on campus, the entire campus. There will be a smoking ban that includes the tailgate areas, Wolverine football games, the schools being the first major university in the state to outlaw smoking on campus. So no big victory cigars. What would Bo Schembechler have done? He liked to chew on a victory cigar after his team won a game. He wouldn't be able to do that anymore. Things are different at Michigan. And by the way, they unveiled the throwback uniforms that they're going to use for that Notre Dame game, the first night game in Michigan Stadium history. They don't look that much different, except on the front of the jersey, instead of a number, there's a big block M and a little number off to the side. And Notre Dame, which will be the visiting team, has white jerseys, gold pants. That's not much different than what they normally do, but they're going to have a shamrock on their helmet for the Fighting Irish. It's kind of hard to talk about on the radio, but those are what the throwback uniforms are going to look like. There is a ban on deer baiting and feeding. That's been lifted by the Michigan Natural Resources Commission. It was put into place in 2008 in response to the detection of chronic wasting disease in a deer at a private deer breeding facility in Kent County. So deer baiting is going to remain banned in Alcona, Alpena, Iosco, Montmorency, Oscoda, and Presqu'île counties due to concerns. But everywhere else, I guess that ban is going to be lifted. If you're a hunter, is that good news for you? I keep seeing deer in the subdivision in Okemos all the time, and turkeys and rabbits and all kinds of stuff. It's a real wild kingdom these days in suburbia in Michigan. It's Michael Patrick Shields, Michigan's Morning Show. We're 25 minutes after the hour. The Answer Man is coming next, and then we're going to take to the high seas with Chris Shepler from Shepler's Mackinac Island Ferries. The trading kicks off on Wall Street today after 6 straight losing weeks. The Dow was down 172 on Friday. The S&P down 18 and the NASDAQ down 14. Buckle your seatbelt. We'll see what happens this week. We're back in a flash.